Convicted murderer Taylor Schabusiness will stand trial in late October on charges of attacking an officer at Taycheedah Correctional. 7 deputies wheeled Schabusiness into a Fond du Lac County courtroom today, where the judge warned her not to have any outbursts. During her homicide trial in 2023, Schabusiness notoriously lunged at her defense attorney, and back in April, she attacked another attorney in this latest case. Schabusiness is charged with battery by a prisoner for attacking a sergeant at Taycheedah last July with a repeat offender enhancer. She's already serving life in prison for murdering and dismembering Shad Therian. She does not have parole. Court records allege she was taken to the medical room for a staple in her arm. When the nurse got tweezers, Schabusiness lunged at the nurse. The sergeant intervened. Schabusiness swung a metal table and struggled with the officer until they were able to subdue her with pepper spray. Her trial for the attack will be in October. It's expected to go about 3 days.